Ducks, baby duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, quack, quack. But watch this though, man. Ever since it's been coming down my timeline, they've been having investigations about Hulk Hogan, his death, and what actually took place on the day that he died. So while I'm sitting up here playing this WWE 2K26, grinding in my faction mode to get the cards that I need in order to advance in this mode, we're going to listen to some of the information that has been put down by Law and Crime Network. I watch a lot of court cases live and, Law and Crime. Yeah, that's one of them sites that you probably would want to watch. High profile cases. If they allow cameras in the courtroom, then you can be sure that Law and Crime is there. And they also just do stuff on their own. So without further ado, man, we're going to get into the update with new body cam footage that's fueling the Hulk Hogan death investigation. And if y'all not up to date on this, then y'all probably want to look into it, man. These people have really been pulling up some good stuff. But without further ado, let's get into it. But watch this, though.
Camera from the death investigation of Hulk Hogan.
So I'm like, is that Hulk Hogan?
What really happened in the hours before the wrestling legend died?
Said he was doing CPR for 8 minutes. He was not doing CPR. Because when I started CPR, I'm the one that broke his ribs.
Now, new claims, new questions, and a body cam trail that offers a closer look at what unfolded.
In all my 20 years, I never seen nobody die.
We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. We just got our hands on a massive body cam file from the death investigation of wrestling legend Hulk Hogan. For months, questions have surrounded the sudden death of the wrestling icon, but now for the first time, we are taking you inside the investigation with hours of newly obtained police body cam footage. So, to catch you up to speed, let's go back to July 24th, 2025. Hulk Hogan, his real name was Terry Bollea. He stopped breathing inside his home in Clearwater, Florida. His wife, Sky Daly Hogan, along with an occupational therapist and a home health aide, reportedly performed CPR until first responders arrived. And despite their efforts, Hulk Hogan, the wrestling legend, died. In the days that followed, speculation spread. Did complications from recent neck surgery play a role? How could someone who appeared to be recovering and in good spirits suddenly stop breathing? Now we're breaking down what investigators documented, what first responders witnessed, and what the newly released records reveal about Hulk Hogan's final moments. So let's begin at the beginning, when Hulk Hogan stopped breathing. Investigators caught up with the home aide who was caring for Hogan when he reportedly went into cardiac arrest. Here's her account and timeline of what happened.
I had him 7 to 7, like 7 in the morning to 7 at night that day. I got here around probably like 6:50-ish. I can't remember the girl who I was with, but he was already up in the bathroom upstairs, sitting in the chair, getting ready to brush his teeth. I think he died on a Wednesday. If it was a Wednesday, I had him that Monday, I think, and he was fine. Like he was, moving slow, but like wasn't nothing like I walked into Wednesday. They said he was diapers when I got there Wednesday. So I guess I don't know what took place overnight or Monday to Wednesday, but by the time I got there Wednesday, he was in diapers now. So he brushed his teeth, he went downstairs. He didn't normally eat breakfast, so he had a yogurt. I want to say the wife gave him his medicine, his wanted medicine, and we set him in a recliner. Probably, I want to say 9:45, occupation got there. Occupation therapy got there. They had to order new toilets because I guess his strength wasn't what it normally was. So with us having to order new toilets, I showed occupational therapy, came in, he was breathing. He was breathing when occupational came in. I would only say from probably here to her car is where the dishes were, from the living room to his office where the bathroom downstairs they use. I walked occupational therapy into the bathroom, to the toilet. When he came out, he was like, Terry, I'll be over in a minute to get your vitals. Went over, and he was like, I can't get a pulse. And Terry responded, but he was sleeping. He was sleeping. As soon as I put him in the chair, he went to sleep. So he said, I can't get a pulse on his finger. I also work at Largo Med, so I was like, sometimes if they cold got to rub it, and so he started rubbing the hand. He was like, I still can't get a pulse. So that's when me and Sky walked over, and Sky was like, he's not breathing. We called 911. We lowered him to the ground. They told us how to administer the CPR. The occupational started the CPR. They worked on him until paramedics got there. And then we basically realized already, but they just kept working.
So the medication you take 5 days, does he have like the same ones he takes every day?
I think in the morning, all mornings are the same, but I don't think he takes like everything all day. So I think he had like a morning dose, a noon, and like a night dose. I did go overnight before at 7, and then with certain medicines that he would take between like 11 or 10, because he would stay up a little late at night. He was up and down at night. So I guess whatever the pain he was in, whatever surgery, we didn't go into detail because they consider him such a high-profile case at my job, so we got the bare minimum about what was going on. We had like a nurse coming in every day that they knew the depth. Our job basically was feeding, helping days, like the normal ADL.
So when you say activities of daily living, is that ADL?
Yeah.
So when you say we, that's you and the other home health?
Yeah, like the other, it was like basically 2 a day because they did 12-hour shifts.
Okay,
so somebody was there 7 at night to 7 in the morning, and somebody would go 7 days to 7 p.m.
Okay. Do you have access to his like medical records?
No, like that. We didn't even have access to who his real name was. It was that when they first gave us him, it was that high-profile client Clearwater. I didn't know who it was until I pulled up, went to work, and he was the first thing I had him, he was in the chair. Okay. And anybody that knows him knows that hair with the ball. So I'm like, wow, Hogan. And the lady was like, yeah, they did something. No, they kept it like very discreet because I guess the celebrity tattoo was very discreet on who we were working for and everything else. So I don't even know why he ended up sick. They never told us what happened. It was just he had just got out of the hospital and needed home health care.
Okay. So after this happened, did you write anything? Like, you have to write a report as to what...
Sometimes when you're on set all day, you can have a good amount of downtime in between scenes. It turns out now you can
write anything? Like, you have to write a report as to what you saw?
No, I called my job. I said, well, they're taking him to the hospital. And she was like, okay, you have to stay until they get the people off because technically you're still working. I gave Scott a ride to the hospital, and I called my job. I was like, she asked for a ride. I gave her a ride to the hospital, and they asked me what happened. I don't know if my job reported what I told them or me in occupational therapy, but we never had to write anything.
And that's normal.
I never had this happen.
Okay.
In all my 20 years, I never seen nobody die.
Okay.
Never.
How you doing with it?
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Because not just a poor one, but I never had that happen to me. I used to work in the hospital. I never saw patients cold. That was all scary. Like, that was just a lot. And then to go outside, and the street was already filled with people. It was just too much. It was a lot.
That moment when you got there, was he talking or anything?
Yes, he was fine. He was sitting there, and I was like, you gotta brush your teeth. And I would always tell him to try everything every day. You're not just gonna sit in the chair. He was like, okay, he brushed his teeth. He was like, I'm ready. We went down the elevator. Got him in because he had a little big recliner down there. We went down the elevator. Got him in the recliner. And that was
okay. You said you said yogurt?
Yeah, so he basically ate one time. Like yogurt.
Okay. Was he complaining of any pain or anything like that? More than normal?
Not that particular day, but some other days he would complain of his back. So I don't know what the injury had something to do with his back, but I would say he had back. But he barely was awake. He would always like sleep during the day. I guess for overnight trips, they would be up and down a lot, which I think I did a couple overnights. And it was just like, whenever he wasn't comfortable, he wanted to get up, go downstairs, go back upstairs. So him sleeping in the day was like really normal. On the average 7 to 7, I think he probably would be up probably 2 or 3 hours. And if he was up, he was so quiet, he would sit there and watch it.
So how many times do you think you treated him?
I probably had him like 5 or 6 times.
The remainder of the conversation between the home aide and investigators turns clinical, focused on Hogan's medical history and the strict protocols she is required to follow for reporting and record keeping. But that's only part of the story, because now we shift to the moments after the 911 call when caretakers stepped back and paramedics arrived on scene.
Do you remember what you were dispatched for?
Medical emergency.
Okay. So once you got there, what did you see?
When we got there, obviously, as we were
obviously we get more notes as the call came in.
Sure.
And then when we arrived, we found an individual in cardiac arrest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember where he was?
It was in the living room.
In the living room? Okay.
On the floor in the living room.
Okay. And what did you see?
Next to a couch. There was two healthcare providers there. Mm-hmm. One, the male was attempting to do CPR.
Okay. Were you the lead medic or the charge medic or whatever you guys call it?
Lead medic was my partner. Okay. But we
just jump.
We whatever needs to be done, we make it happen.
Okay. So this guy's doing CPR, one of these medical providers?
Yeah.
Okay, or attempting, as you said?
Yeah.
So then you guys, I assume, take over?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then what happens from there?
We took over. We went through what we do. Mm-hmm. Normally. We follow ACLS protocols and county protocols that we do have. I think we were there for a long time. Mm-hmm. Try to restart, do everything we can.
Yeah.
And then we took him to the hospital.
Okay. At some point, did you look at his body at all?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, before we say roll him to the board, we look at him. We look
just
at
to make sure.
Yeah.
Did you see any obvious signs of trauma or anything like that?
Not initially. We didn't.
When you were there, sort of doing your thing, working the code, did you hear anything from anyone who was there about what happened prior to the cardiac arrest?
Yes, I did ask. Yeah, I did ask. According to, I believe, when I asked what happened, well, he received some treatment, I guess physical therapy or something.
Okay.
And then he went to his bedroom somehow.
Okay.
After the treatment.
He did? Or someone else?
He did.
Okay.
The patient. He went to the room, and then a short time later, came from the room, sat on his couch.
Okay.
And watched TV or something. Okay. And then the physical therapist and the nurse that was there continued doing their whatever they were doing. Okay. And then he told me after a little bit of time, go check him to check a blood pressure, and there was none. Okay. And that's when they this guy coming in on the couch.
Next up, a lieutenant gives his version of events, adding a new layer to what really unfolded.
We rolled up, and Jimmy to the rescue was in front of us, jumped out, grabbed some equipment. We saw the female CNA, whatever she was, standing on the porch right between the doorway. Okay. Walked in, saw the other gentleman, another nurse or rehab guy, whatever he was on the floor next to the recliner doing chest compressions. Okay. And at that point, we just worked a standard ALS cardiac arrest. They followed our protocols. Started off with just CPR, BLS airway with just BVM and some oxygen. Put him on the monitor right away. He was in asystole. I upgraded his airway. I placed a king tube with an OG tube and made our CPR continuous. At that point, it wasn't BLS CPR anymore. And then just followed our protocol. We gave the maximum epidural just 3. We gave Narcan just to give Narcan. It's pretty standard practice on cardiac arrest patients. But H's and T's we kind of roll out, and it's pretty benign drug when given. So we gave Narcan just to give it. Checked his blood sugar, which came back good. Learned that he'd recently had some kidney issues, so we're treating him. We also gave some bicarbonate calcium. But it was pretty much just a standard, regular asystole style cardiac arrest.
Do you remember what you were dispatched for originally?
I remember the notes. It did come out of the cardiac arrest, but I didn't say anything about like the sex. I didn't say male or female. Okay. And I think it said, I don't think it had an exact age. It might have been like an approximate. Okay. But
when you got there, where were people positioned?
The one female nurse was standing in the doorway. Like when you walk up those stairs, she was just right there on the phone.
You're talking about the front stairs, like right. Going to the front door, correct?
Yeah. His wife was kind of between there and where he was on the phone talking to somebody.
Okay.
And then the male nurse was on the ground doing chest compressions.
Okay. And where was Mr. Galea?
He was, if you're looking at his recliner, he was to the left.
Okay.
The paramedics on scene all have the same story. They knew someone was in cardiac arrest, and they jumped in to treat their patient in the way in which they were trained. One of the paramedics is asked about whether or not he notices anything unusual on scene.
Texas homeowners, if you're thinking about listing your property with a realtor, you might want to listen to this.
Too much. They sitting up here cheating me. Look how many, you got to beat this match 4 times, right? Look, I done already beat it the other 3 times. Now they're acting like I can't even win it for the 4th time. What's wrong with them, man? Let's go.
On scene.
So you said you started your protocol, so you got to start working in cardiac arrest, as you presumably normally do. Did anything stand out to you about this one?
No.
Okay. Did you? So what were you sort of doing as part of to help with this?
I was kind of helping where needed.
Okay.
Everybody kind of filled into a position as far as airway, compressions. Then I just started gathering equipment and what else was needed on the outside of it.
Okay. I assume at some point you looked at his body. Did you notice any signs of trauma that were apparent to you or anything like that? While you were there, did you hear anybody talking about what had happened before he went into cardiac arrest, if anything? Okay. Any talk of any medical history or anything like that you would have, that would have changed how you guys did business or anything like that? No?
Not necessarily.
Cool.
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
So we know Hulk Hogan stopped breathing. The 911 call came in as a cardiac arrest, and until now, the story has been the same. Those inside the home, including the occupational physical therapist, immediately began CPR the moment they realized Hulk Hogan didn't have a pulse. But a newly released body cam video reveals something investigators noticed. And one paramedic says that version of events doesn't add up. So I want you to listen carefully to what he says.
All right. When you got to the house, what did you see, once you walked in?
When I just went up the stairs because I saw I don't know if she was a nurse or whatever, saying, hey, he's up here.
Okay.
So I just went up the stairs because the paramedic on the engine and the lieutenant went to help grab the equipment off the rescue.
Okay.
So I just went upstairs. When I walked into the room, he was on the floor next to a chair. The therapist, the guy in the room, the scrubs, said he was doing CPR for 8 minutes.
Okay.
He was not doing CPR for 8 minutes.
What makes you say that?
Because when I started CPR, I'm the one that broke his ribs.
Okay.
If he was doing CPR, he was doing poor CPR.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
Okay.
But he, in the notes going up, and I think on the radio they said they were having trouble getting him out of the chair to the floor. So we were thinking we were going to have to get him on the ground, but he was on the ground when we got there.
Okay.
Some striking allegations are being raised here. Did the occupational physical therapist really perform CPR for 8 straight minutes? And if so, was it done improperly, as one paramedic claims? Now, these are obviously serious questions, and for now, they remain just that, claims from one side of the scene. The only way to get clarity is to hear directly from the therapist himself. His name is Justin McCamey, and his conversation with investigators is a little hard to hear, but I want you to listen closely to what he had to say in the minutes after Hulk Hogan died.
I witnessed the surgery a month or two ago. It slept with this phrenic nerve. When it completes, came home after I'm an occupational therapist, and it was good. I saw him last week one time. It's like, get here, breathing, I do all the jets. I was checking out I ate very little, a couple of berries on this was up throughout the night, narcotics, and MRIs from all the chest. Try to get pulse, try to take blood pressure, nothing. She came in, we realized it together, immediately called 911. Down to the floor, we started corrections. Breathing. In any case, when I saw it, I didn't, because he's such a big guy. So getting a pulse, getting all that stuff is sometimes difficult. And then when I realized it, obviously we didn't have to call and get assistance. Yeah, I'm surprised he lasted this long. You said you were only here like 10 minutes, right? Before he got here. I was here 9:30. I walked in the door. How long have you been helping take care of him? Only my second. I just did it for now last week. I was surprised for the week. And are you trying to help him adjust to being in like a wheelchair mainly and stuff like that? Or? Yeah, that definition PT does the legs. Or can we do the upper body? Function. So just helping him function as best he can. Right. I was trying to get him back to using breathing. Was he able to walk and stuff? Barely. It was a pivot transfer. He's been using like urinal and stuff. What's the big issue right now? Everything. Like we were, like why was he not able to walk? Get that? I severed the phrenic nerve in surgery. Was that recently? Okay. So he had a back surgery, or what was it? It was. Honestly, it's had so many surgeries. The phrenic nerve is a nerve that involves respiratory. Okay. And if you slice that, which is hard to do, okay. So that's off the surgery.
So you caught that. The doctor could have screwed up. Now, there was damage to the phrenic nerve, and that could have led to certain complications. And that comment is what led to some speculation that Hulk Hogan's death was caused by a botched surgery. When investigators followed up with McCamey later, he was much cagier with his answers, seeming to suggest that the fact that Hulk Hogan was a celebrity made speculation about his death and reports about his death spiral out of control.
$50 short this week. Apply for Atlas. If you don't get approved, they give you $50 just for trying. It takes like 2 minutes, and if you do get approved, you're eligible for up to $1,000 in sign-up bonuses. Even if you have no credit or bad credit, Atlas says yes.
What they did to our kids is up, man. A global social media addiction settlement may be coming in 2026.
These platforms allegedly failed to protect vulnerable youth from addictive algorithms.
Out of control.
So this has nothing to do with the medical records per se. It's more just your own observations, your own background, and that type of stuff.
Could I have her present? I mean, it's a little intimidating. I've always Law and Order for years.
Look at I'm a nurse.
Say that again?
I'm a nurse.
Okay, yeah.
I've done tons of codes.
Yeah, this was my first.
I've never had the police come to my house.
I understand that we're making things uncomfortable. That's not what we're trying to do here.
No, I understand. You have to see it from my perspective.
No, and I agree.
That's what.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want us to say anything else because I spoke too much already.
So they told you.
Yeah. Well, no. In general, I'm just hearing what's going on in the news.
Your boss wants to, the lady also said to get their cards.
Oh yeah, cards.
Okay, yeah, I got your things going here.
But this is the CEO of VA with TGH.
Okay.
So that's the high up. Going higher.
Yeah, that's who I tried to call. I was a little bit of a bummer. I guess somebody else gave it. Your Jan was your supervisor, the DOS? Yes. She gave me her number. Okay. Yeah, I tried to call. I didn't get a message back.
I even called it, hey, this was gone down. So, okay.
Well, I mean, if that's what they're telling you to say, we're not trying to put anybody on the spot.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I appreciate what you're doing, but I mean, obviously, I was blabbing, misspoke. I don't know what I did. I don't even remember the conversation.
You did not blab, Justin.
So, thank you. This is his. My name is already on the back, just so cool to have it. And she can call if you have a conversation with her about anything. She's welcome to call. Awesome. That number, we sit next to each other, so call that one. You call either of us. Okay. Do you have any questions that I can help maybe lessen some of this angst?
I'm the one that's anxious.
Well, I got that collectively.
Okay.
I was the one that was like, Justin.
My question.
What?
we have family that are law enforcement, so we're.
Some guys just came here and, you know, I'm like looking at them like.
I'm just concerned that all this stuff getting out that shouldn't have been out. It's violations of these camps. And it's getting out. TMZ's calling me.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's not getting out. That's all false stuff.
Well, there's some things that.
Like that the news says.
Yeah.
About time, man. Dang, they put me through all that, man. I won the first 3 matches on my first try. And they made me play this last one, like, 4 times? But it is what it is. We out here grinding. You know, that's what we do. Team No Ducks, the Flying V, Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself. Quack.
I don't know what's being true. That's what's
we haven't released any video, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Still have investigation. So whatever you're seeing online is not coming from us.
Wow, you have to put an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why because of some of that information that's out there, we're trying to get everything sort of lined up as it should be. Okay. So that's why we're here talking to you now. Yeah, the only thing was just is obviously about the surgery.
That's above my skill. Okay. It really is. I'm a therapist. I can't go stronger.
Okay, so that you didn't go to med school, you're not a surgeon, nothing like that.
Not a nurse.
Nope. Occupational therapy is your licensure, that's your business, that's everything.
I get people walking and making them. Okay, that's all I do.
Okay. And I know you told me on the phone that the stuff that you got from about the surgery was from the chart.
That's all I know.
Okay. No other outside extraneous information?
No, none.
Okay. And then you said TMZ called you?
Yeah.
And provide them anything?
No, I did not call them back. They called and texted me 4 times today.
Today alone?
Today's the first day they did, and they just slammed me.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry you're
I'm giving no information out.
I don't need to be rude. If you guys in a bottle of water or anything?
No. Fine. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
I was just, wasn't expecting, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand.
I mean, and then my neighbor called me, and then I listened to the message that she left me. I was like, oh. There was 2 guys outside looking for trucks, and I was like, what?
Yeah, no, Justin's not in any trouble, so we just wanted to touch base with you.
Months after Hogan's death, on November 19th, 2025, an investigator caught up with McCamey one more time to get some clarification, and McCamey once again tempered his original comments a bit.
I was talking to the boss. He just wants one more question. In the video, you talked about how the phrenic nerve, when it gets severed, it's a hard thing to do. Yeah. Oh, you assumed that? It's not really my effort. Okay. Because basically, like, what we're trying to know is like how you knew that nerve. I'm sorry, leaning on your arm. That nerve is a common thing that can be injured during a surgery, and B, how did you arrive at that medical conclusion to say that? That it's hard to do?
No, that was separate.
Okay.
I assume, I don't know.
But you're not a neurosurgeon.
Yeah, that's
right?
Yeah, or cardiac surgery, yeah.
Didn't go to medical school. You had the degree for the occupational therapy and nothing beyond that, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry to keep you.
Okay.
I understand that.
So, I have trouble before for coffee.
Okay. Well, I think that should be it. All right. Thank you, sir.
It was interesting, though. Listen to the interview on one of the lunchtimes, I think, a couple days after that.
I've heard it.
And the guy mentioned the phrenic nerve himself. He's like, oh, it could have been, and I was like, what?
I've heard it.
Yeah. So, I shouldn't have said
Okay. Well, fair enough.
I just get you stronger and get you
well, that's equally important. So. All right. Take care, sir.
Thank you.
Hogan's passing was ruled a natural death resulting from cardiac arrest. The Clearwater Police Department praised the Hogan family, including his widow, Sky Daly, his kids, Nick and Brooke Hogan, and an attorney named Kevin Hazlett for, quote, their willingness to allow our investigators access to very personal information at a time when they were grieving and struggling, adding that it was, quote, extremely helpful. That will do it for On the Case, presented by Law and Crime. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify, and we are also now streaming on Peacock. I'm Chris Stewart.
As y'all can see, man, they feel like it's some foul play going on within the death of the boy Hogan. People have written down reports, made sworn in statements, and then when asked about it later on, they kind of switched up some of the subjects, man. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's false in this case. I was even shocked to hear that it was even people who was thinking that the death of Hulk Hogan had something suspicious to it in the first place, man. But it is what it is. I'm just here to let y'all know what I be watching, what I be viewing, and give y'all my thoughts on that stuff. While at the same time, I do want to hear y'all thoughts. Y'all get into the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel about this investigation into the death of Hulk Hogan. Do you think that it's any foul play going on? Or do you think that, hey, man, it was just time for the man to go? There was nothing foul in it, and it is what it is. Y'all let me know. This is, but watch this, though. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, Quack, Quack. I'll catch y'all in the next episode.